What's up, y'all? Sax Girl Genius checking in for 6kicks, brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. And today I have a great guest that I actually just met. And this is how the sneaker community works. They just connect you together. So today I have J Star with me, and I have no clue what he's bringing, but I've checked out his Instagram page and I know he's got some heat. So we're going to see what he's got. But you know how this goes, of course. First, we got to talk about me. Today, I am wearing the Air Vapor Max Plus. These are my favorite shoe right now. As you see, as usual, I wear the heck out of my shoes. These are pretty dirty, but I'm going to clean them. But they're super comfortable. I love the colors. They match my hoodie. So this, of course, was my shoe of the day. So now that we're done talking about me, let's talk about him. Let's see what your everydays are. All right, so of course the first shoe is the everyday. So tell us what it is and why it's your everyday.
This is the Nike Moon Racer, and honestly, first and foremost, I liked it because of the design. It just looks vintage, and I just love old looking stuff. And the Nike React sole is just comfortable as hell to me. It just really is. Like, once you reach a certain age in life, to me, comfort steps in over a lot more other stuff. So
I guess you can't be that old. I don't know how old you are, but you can't be that old. But I agree, comfort is important. So
but
I guess that's a good everyday. So you really wear these every day because these look pretty clean.
Well, I'm always at work for the most part, so anytime that I just go somewhere, just to go somewhere, this is the first shoe I grabbed since I bought it. And yeah, it's like really becoming my everyday. But it probably stays a little bit cleaner because I keep prep wipes. So if it gets just like super dirty, too much dirty for me, then I'll wipe it. Because if stuff gets a little dirty, I'm kind of cool with it. But
okay, that makes sense. All right, I'm excited to see what else you got. Okay, so now we're at the all-nighter, right? Yeah, that's the second shoe. I almost got this down, y'all. And tell us what it is. Of course, it's a Jordan one, but tell us what it is and why it's your all-nighter. What's your all-nighter story?
Well, this is the Nike Air Jordan 1 Chicago. And my all-nighter story for this was I was out of town with my fiance, and we stood in line, started at maybe 2 or 3
in the morning. Okay.
And stood outside all morning, all in the afternoon, and then when the people finally came to open the store, they said the FedEx truck hadn't got there yet. So we waited some more, got to be like around 2 o'clock, and it said something happened to the FedEx truck, so it's not coming back till the next day.
Oh.
So my fiance stays out of town where we were at, Cincinnati, and I had to go back home. But she surprised me and called off work and went back in line and got them from
So
me.
she had to go back to the back of the line, and start all over?
It was a brand new day.
So people didn't stay. I just thought people would have just stayed, but they didn't stay there. People had to get going.
People left. But it was one of those things where just being in the line and like talking to people and connect, they remembered who she was from me. So it was one of those things like when she got there, she was able to get like a good spot.
That's cool.
And so yeah.
That's what I love, the sneaker community. I don't do it as much, like camping out and all that stuff, but I miss, that used to be so much fun. When I worked at a sneaker store, like, we would love the people to camp out. We would buy them donuts and pizza and stuff. It was like a giant party, so I love that, and I love that story. That's like a real all-nighter story, so I could definitely appreciate that.
Definitely, and I really can't stand really camping out, but for those, I knew I had to because this is like one of the ones that started everything. So I was like,
it's gonna be crazy. Absolutely. So I can vibe with that. I love that story. That's so nice. Your fiance's the bomb.
Oh, she is. That's my homie.
All right, so now we are at the third shoe.
Okay.
I'm losing it, y'all. We're on 3. And of course, I should know we're on 3 because, as you all know, this is my favorite story. The tragic story, right?
Yeah.
These don't look that tragic. So.
Well, my tragic story is a little different.
Okay, so.
I didn't really have, like, a shoe that was just, like, dumb thrashed off of something tragic.
Okay.
So the reason I picked this as my tragic shoe, when these came out, I was in 8th grade. And
tell us what they are. Some people that watch the show are not sneakerheads.
I'm sorry about that.
So I know they're Jordan 5s.
These are the Jordan 5 Fire Reds. Okay. So when these came out for the second time, I was in 8th grade, and I had finally started to get Jordans because my parents wouldn't really buy me Jordans, so I had to like save up lunch money and stuff like that.
Right.
Whatever. So anyway.
Who needs lunch?
Hey, we had options. You had fries and a milk and be perfectly fine in my middle school at that time. But anyway, so sadly, my grandmother, she had esophagus cancer, and she was bedridden, of course, and she was on her way out. And my birthday came, and she actually gave me the money to be able to get these. And so this was literally my last gift from my grandmother because she passed the day after that.
This is so sad. This is really sad to me. I just lost my great grandma, so that really hit home for me. But that's so nice. So you really are gonna cherish this shoe for ever.
Yeah, I still I actually had the original shoe that she bought me,
right?
But something happened where someone didn't know what it was. Yeah. Even though it was beat up, they threw them out and didn't know. Yeah. So when this one retroed again and came back out, I was like, no matter what I have.
Right, you still have that feeling for the shoe. So that's
regardless, even if this one beats up or whatever, I'll never throw it out because it still symbolizes my grandmother.
That's such a great story. That was actually really nice. This is why these are my favorite stories. So now we have my favorite story, and now we're going to talk about my favorite cellular company, Metro by T-Mobile.
Now, at Metro, get the best deal in wireless.
I'm in. Fantastic!
Switch today and get 2 unlimited lines for just $80 with Amazon Prime included every month. Plus, get 2 free Samsung Galaxy phones.
Awesome!
So you can enjoy your favorite shows and more on the hottest devices.
It's too delicious.
Get the best deal in wireless. 2 lines for just $80 with Amazon Prime included. Only at Metro.
And we're back. Thank you, Metro. That's genius. So, lucky moment. You guys know how I feel about this shoe. I actually know it's mixed emotions. I don't even know how I feel about the shoe. We got the Sean Weatherspoons right here, right? And I have a love-hate relationship with this shoe. As you know, I wanted it so bad when it came out, and then I didn't get it, so I was salty. And every time somebody brings it on the show, I'm salty. But we're just talking about how many people have this shoe. It's this is a popular shoe.
Surprisingly, a lot for real.
Right.
It's a lot of people don't, but then it's enough people that do to piss
I don't know. I think some of y'all shoes be fake. I don't know, but
shots fired.
No, I'm just joking. Anyway, so your lucky moment. Of course, this is a lucky moment because it's a shoe, but let's hear the story.
All right. So, like a lot of people, when you found out how the shoe was coming about, it had to go through the process of you voting for the designers to get in. So, of course, I voted for Sean, you know what I'm saying, because I like the design out of everything else. Time came for the shoe to actually release on Sneakers app, and of course, like everyone else, I took that super huge L, which I kind of figured it was going to happen. So, forgot about the shoe, one thing about it. And one day I was on the phone with my sister, who's also in the shoes, heavy. And so this was months afterwards. And she was telling me Nike's doing a thing where they're going to actually reward people who voted. Because we were just talking about that. They should have did something for people who actually voted.
Right.
So she was telling me at the time on how it happened, but I wasn't listening because I was doing something else. And she was saying you should get a DM through your Sneakers app. And I couldn't at the time because I was working. And so then she was like, well, give me your password so I can go in there and check.
Right.
So she went in there. She didn't see anything. So I just keep working or whatever. I'm on my way to my second job. Totally forgot about the whole thing because I'm just like, dog, it's a long shot. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, she texts me. I didn't know it was her at the time. I ignored it. Then I got a phone call. So I'm like, no one calls me around this time because I'm at work. So I looked. She was like, bruh, you better tell me right now, yes or no. Do you want this shoe? Because I got it. I said, I don't care if I got $200 left in my account. Pull the damn trigger. So, bruh, got that joint, and I was like, boom.
That's dope. That's dope.
It was literally once in a million, one in a billion. So I was like, damn, God wanted me to have it.
Yes, that's all it was.
So, I got a couple other stories, but that one, it can't top this because this shoe, especially now since he's not with Nike, the resale price on it just went up.
Yeah, so, you have nice stories. Your stories make me so happy because that was really teamwork. Your sister looked out.
That mug was triumph. I mean, running through the finish line. That mug was great.
She really was looking out. She wanted to make sure you got your shoe.
Look, when I got this shoe, she said, because she wanted it too. I'm telling you, she's just as big sneaker has me. She said, look here, you get this. Our deal is you can never wear this shoe around me when we're together.
Right, because she could have easily just been let me get mine instead.
So, I'm with you. I have a love-hate for this. I really loved it. I really still do love it, but the simple fact that so many people, and when people have it on, they act snobby as hell too.
Yeah, that's my thing with it. It's like, I love this shoe, but it's like, okay, you got the shoe, like, you don't gotta act funny.
They do. Like, act snobby with it. They nose be in the air sniffing raindrops, bro. You can't tell them nothing.
It's cool though. I still love y'all. I love everybody that has brought this shoe on the show. I'm still mad at y'all because I don't have it, but it's okay. I'm not gonna be a hater. I'm a little bit of a hater. So next up, we got the prized possession, and these are dope. Tell us what they are. Why are they your prized possession?
These are the Jordan 1 Tribe Called Quest low-end theories. I got these one summer when I went to California, and my peoples at the time stayed in Pasadena. Pasadena got like this really big strip. It's kind of like Coventry, but like way bigger. So they had this sneaker boutique there. What was it called? It was called Neo 39. So I went in there and just seeing what they had. And when I came across these, this was like really during the time where I was like bumping. I was just in like the Tribe and De La Soul, like extra heavy. So when I came across this, I was like, bro, that looks like the low end theory print.
Right.
And then this dude who worked at the store told me that you're right, it is. And so as soon as I saw it, I said, oh, I'm immediately hopping on it. And at the time too, this was like before like sneakers got really big and crazy. So these joints were like $80. So that was another. I was like, what?
Especially Jordan 1s. People, a lot of y'all sneakerheads do not remember the time when Jordan 1s were not the business.
Yeah.
Jordan 1s used to sit on the shelves.
Yeah. And that was another reason that made me buy it, because I'm a rebel at heart, so I always want something that someone else is overlooking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that was probably the main reason why I got the Moon Racers as well. But this, it spoke to me because I'm a big Tribe Called Quest fan. I love Jordan 1s, always have. And just the look of it. And I knew not that many people had these, because I've never come across another person physically with them. I've seen like people on Instagram
pictures,
with it, but I've never come across another person physically with these. And every time I wear them, people always think they're Gucci for some damn reason. Like they do. So,
what?
But this is like one of my most prized possessed shoes. Like, I love this joint.
For sure. For sure, this is definitely a shoe that's worthy of being a prized possession. And that's funny that you talk about the time, like, when Jordan 1s were not, like, people really used to sleep on them. But so this is a great shoe.
And it's just comfortable, man. It's Tribe Called Quest, man.
Yeah, this shoe is like really like a throwback sneakerhead shoe. Like, this is history. This is like a history shoe right here. So
it's funny because when we was at SneakerCon, 2J saw me with it on, and he was just like, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I was like, I'll try to be cool with it, like.
Oh, you should have seen me the first time I met 2J. I think I scared him. Anyway, all right, let's see what your recent cop is. We're at the last shoe. All right, so we're at the last shoe, the recent cop. I love this shoe. Tell us about it.
Okay, this is the Nike SB HR Puffin stuff. This was during the era that got me into shoes like extra heavy, because like I said, I'm real nostalgic, and when I got a Nike SB, it was during the times where they were doing themes and stuff like that. So it was new to me, but it was probably like around 2008 maybe for me, or 6, probably 7. I don't know, around that era anyway.
Somewhere between 06 and 08.
Yeah. So for me at least. So when these came out, of course, it was way after the fact, and I went hip, so I didn't even know how to get SBs at the time. But I was on these, I was on the Pee Wee Hermans, I was on anything nostalgic theme that they did. So forgot about the shoes. I just figured it was like something I just couldn't get. So then when the resale thing came and it made it a little bit easier to go back and get grails, I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay on the hunt for these till I find out at a price I can get it. So once again, chilling, not even worried about it. And I come across it for a real good price. And I was like, oh. But the messed up thing was, I ain't gonna say messed up, but the funny thing was I just told myself, because I'm actually about to get married, so I was like, I'm not gonna spend no more money because I had to focus on my wedding. But then this popped up, and I was like,
gotta make an exception sometimes.
Oh no, my decision was already made. Firm decision made. And even my fiance knows, like, this was a shoe that I've always wanted, because when I was little, me and my mother used to do, we would watch cartoons and all type of shows. So she got me hip to HR Puff and stuff, which is why I really liked it a lot.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I'm getting it, hands down. So I pulled that trigger quickly, like, pow, quickly. Take this. But I actually got it for a decent price, so.
That's cool. Look, you've had good stories and you've had good shoes. I will say, I appreciate about your episode is that you really talked about the transition of sneaker culture, like literally from like kind of like the past to where it is now. We talked about how Jordan 1s used to just sit on the shelves. You talked about how the sneaker game changed with resale culture, which some people think that that's just always been a thing. Reselling was not always a thing. You either traveled to find your shoe or you just didn't get it because you weren't buying shoes on the internet. Shoes weren't releasing on the internet. You either had it or you didn't. Yeah. And I love the fact that you brought a dunk. Now, you said 06 to 08. 07 is when I moved to New York, and dunks were really heavy there. So I always used to come home wearing dunks. And when I first used to come home, people would be like, what is that? Like, what are you wearing? And I remember certain stores, like the big sneaker stores out here now, weren't even hip to dunks yet. And I used to walk in the stores, and they'd be like, well, you don't know. This is what you should be wearing. And that was kind of like with the Blazers and all that stuff. And I'm like, no, y'all not hip yet. And of course, a couple months later, everybody had the dunks. So
you know what? I got into dunks like around like 04, 05 because I just got a little bit tired of just getting Jordans and I wanted something else. And I knew no one wanted dunks because at that time everybody was in Forces. Yeah. And I'm not an Air Force person.
Forces are just so heavy.
They are. And at the time, the only time I had a Force was going to the club because it was the easy get beat up on shoes. So I got into dunks and then that. Getting in just the dunks period led into knowing about SBs. And then from there it was downhill. Like SBs, that's the most silhouettes I have is SBs, I believe. Yeah, SBs.
I like that. So, I kind of want dunks to like really, really make a hard comeback.
But you know what? Lightweight, I do, but I don't.
You don't want them to become the trendy thing.
Not just that, but I want the shoe to wear. I'm tired of people getting the shoe. Like, I feel it.
True. I get that. I
want the shoe so I can wear it. Yes. And two, like, I really buy shoes that I love and I have a connection with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they kind of came back kind of tough when when Dion from Concept started doing like the lobsters again, and then the Pandas hit. So everyone was hopping on it then, but it's dying down a little bit. So let's cross fingers because I don't want to go back. But I'll always be an SB dunk head. Like,
I mess with it.
My shits.
So I just want to thank you for coming on the show. Like I said, I really appreciate your episodes. Your stories were great. So I am glad that I met you. Shout out to Dak. And
Nomadic.
Right. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank Metro by T-Mobile. That's genius. And I want to thank you, my viewers. And I will see you next time on 6 Kicks. Deuces.